Hey guys, Squeegee back with another guide here. I did a guide recently on ways that newer players can make money to afford their skill books while avoiding the graveyard and not worry about getting griefed. So now I'm going to be doing a video about just general tips for newer players. My first tip is do not get attached to your gear. I promise you, your gear has a 90% chance of being completely gone in a week. You're going to get killed, you're going to die to random stuff, people are going to take your gear, it's how the game works. Don't get attached to that nice weapon your friend crafted for you. Don't get attached to the armor you saved up a bunch of gold for. The odds are you're not going to have that gear for more than a week or so. And there's no point raging in the help chat when you get killed and lose it all. Tip number 2 is buy within your skill level, and I mean that in both ways. If you're not good at PvP, don't equip yourself with really nice gear because the odds are you're going to get attacked by someone and you're not going to be able to defend yourself well enough. And someone with a lot worse gear than you is going to end up beating you because they're just better at PvP. And the other way I mean that is, don't buy gear unless your skills are all the way up. If you don't have maxed out combat skills, you really shouldn't be worrying about having the nicest possible gear. Don't go buying steel weapons when your combat stats are only half maxed. You should be worried about using the weapons you can buy from Arx Meridius while you're training things up, because they will do the job just fine. You don't have to spend all your gold on nice weapons because you're probably going to lose them if your skills aren't up and if you're not skilled enough to defend yourself. Tip number 3 is leave Tindrum. At some point, everybody has to leave Tindrum. Don't spend your entire mortal life in Tindrum. There's so much more to the game. There's so much more out in the world. It's a big map, guys. Do not just stay in Tindrum. I promise you it's going to get stale really fast. Go out, explore. Even when you're newer, actually it's even better when you're newer because you don't have anything to lose. Leave Tindrum, go out, see the world. Go up into the mountains, go see the desert, go swimming in the ocean, go see the jungle. It's all worth it to explore and really get a lay of the land. It's not worth playing the game only from Tindrum. Tip number 4 is weapons and armor sliders. These very often confuse newer players because they're just a little different from how other games do it. Basically, you see 2 arrows. Sometimes you'll only see one facing one direction. But what this means is that weapon's damage or that armor's resistance is at some point between those 2 arrows. You just don't have a high enough crafting skill and a high enough lore skill to see exactly where those 2 arrows are meeting to get the exact stat. Now, if you take a look at the broker, you'll see that they do give you the precise stat. So if you're buying a weapon from the broker, you don't have to worry about having your crafting skills up to be able to see the damage values. The broker will show you the exact values. And the farther in the red that the 2 arrows meet, the worse the damage is going to be for weapons, and the worse the resistance is going to be for armors. And the farther to the right in the green that they are, the better the damage will be on weapons, and the better that the resistance will be on the armor. Tip number 5 is always convert your gold to silver. Now, you'll hear this tip from other players occasionally, but you need to know exactly why you need to do it. So there's a thieving skill in the game that allows other players to pickpocket you and take light items out of your pockets. So when you're carrying 10 gold as opposed to 1,000 silver, thieves are going to be able to take that 10 gold out of your pockets, and they won't be able to take the 1,000 silver. It'll be too heavy. So it's really simple. Walk up to any vendor, give them your gold, and click on the silver coins, then type in the exact amount of silver that gold is worth, and then they'll just do a straight up trade with you. Tip number 6 is experiment with character archetypes and air quote classes, because you really need to learn what you like about Mortal and the aspects that you like in a character. So I recently learned that I didn't really like playing a fighter, yet I always had a spot reserved for a fighter on my account. So that opened up an entire slot for me to mess around with and add another character. So in the background footage, you'll see me playing my thief. I just give an example. I walk up and I steal something really minor, like an axe out of this guy's pocket, and then I run off and do some rooftop jumping and stuff like that. And that's just kind of what the thief does as the character archetype. You steal stuff and then you have to escape before you get caught. If anybody sees you snooping, it'll tell the person that you are snooping in their pockets and you have to get away quickly, or else they'll push you and reveal that you're a criminal. So you have to run on the rooftops and try to parkour away from people. It's a lot of fun. I personally love playing a thief. Not because I like stealing from other players, but I just really like the aspect of it where it's like high risk and you get to, try to outrun the guards and things like that. Tip number 7 is really simple. It's just how to call the guards to assist you if you see a red or a gray character or mob that is within the guard's protection range. So you just press your targeting key and you just type guards in the chat. No slash, no anything like that. Just make sure you're in the local channel for chat and then you type guards. You'll know you did it correctly when your character does a pointing animation at whatever you called the guards on. And the guards will come and assist and hopefully kill whatever you call them on. Tip number 8. What is blue blocking? So blue blocking is an ancient technique in Mortal. It's been around forever. Basically what it is one player jumps in front of another player that's trying to attack a mob, or another player, and they accidentally hit you because you're blue, and you turn them gray because they accidentally smacked you, and then you kill them and take their things. I have seen so many people complain about this in help chat. They don't understand what happened, they don't understand why they didn't get to give the guy a murder count, and I'm just here to sum it up a little easier for you. It's not as common now because they actually took a precaution to stop it. You can go into your preferences and there's a little checkbox that's actually disabled by default now. And you have to check the box that says allow attacks against blue players to even be able to hit blue players. If you try to hit a blue player while that box is unchecked, you'll just put away your weapon. Okay, that wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm sorry I didn't get to get the PvP guide out like I wanted to. Soupy and I had a little bit of complications with our schedule, so we weren't able to film it yesterday. So hopefully we get that out within a week or so, but you'll see more videos from me throughout the week anyway. So thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you later.